October 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Court now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be a fine day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Ms. Edwards, your opening statement. In yesterday's sessions, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 killer that day. In their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edward seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edward. The prosecution calls Ms. D. Vasquez to the stand. Ms. D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Getting right to it then, I see. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez, I am producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike the Spenter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Ms. Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. She's guilty. I'll catch her with her pants down. So to speak. The day of the murder. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp, ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate the T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk. What with the monkey's head toppling over? I see. Very well. This is right, you're crossing your mission. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. Okay. Fingers on the cue. I want to see how far this goes. It was. Okay, that's fine. Enter the trailer. Need to catch myself up. That's why I like doing these one case at a time instead of breaking it up over multiple instances, so I don't forget what the fuck happened. All right, so the monkey fell down. 2:15. Cause of death was at 2:30. Hammer walking past at 2. Got a map. Never seen it. Just want to present this and be like, Kapow! But it had no meaning. And now I'll use this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting. Okay. A little before noon. Meeting began at noon sharp, ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had to help Sal take me. When exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. You would like her. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. They're not gonna give me anything. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. Okay, that's fair. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so he went to Studio 1. He so had Sal take me. I'm gonna press on everything, because F this nonsense. Hold on. You had Sal take you. What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me into the Studio 2 van. Oh, alright. At 2:30 we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. And what were you doing during that time? Don't touch your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. T-bone steaks. Do you have someone who can verify this? So. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak. Fake her pipe happy or what? Okay, if I had some evidence to prove she didn't eat the steak. Alright, so that's where it's gotta be. Let's see what I got here. But I don't, because... Ugh. Fuck. I don't think you can get into a fail state in this game. In terms of, like, not having the all of the evidence. I don't think it lets you actually proceed unless you have all of them. And her pipe looks kind of like an opium pipe. Wait. Don't hit your desk, your taste, yeah. 15-minute break to 8 T-bone steaks. I suppose it's a classier version of wheat. No. It's an older. I don't know. I wouldn't really put opium and weed in like anywhere near each other. Both have incredibly different effects on an individual that indulges. I want to present this because it has the path blocked off. How do they get their T-bone steaks if the path is blocked off? Doesn't make any damn sense to me, but I can't because it'll just say, "What are you doing, right?" And I'll just be like, "I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to say, I'm gonna." I'm gonna save scum this shit, 'cause I don't care. Hold it. Nope, music didn't stop. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Really? Objection overruled. Bad think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Whoops, that didn't go so well. Oh. Opium is the basis for opiates. Painkillers and such. No. Nope. This isn't gonna do anything. Oh, it does. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone. Hold on. Yeah, smokable stuff. Same thing. A lot of that stuff is derived from the effects that opium has on someone, I believe. It puts people into catatonic states, dulls senses, and just, yeah, makes you meh. And yeah, I believe. Again, I know not much other than opium's bad. Most drugs are bad. Drugs are bad, okay. But either way, I wouldn't compare it to weed. Not entirely. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. Oh, I have one quick question about this game. That T-bone steak was found in the employee area, and it's the one that has sleeping pill dust on it. How, under any circumstance, does that contradict what she said about eating a T-bone steak? And I know the game's going to tell me right now that there's no way you can logically make that conclusion just based on what that is. But hey, here we are. Here it goes. But I say, you did not. What's this now, Mr. Rat? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. There were no bones. Yet, there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You took your steak and you threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order! Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then, you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Rat, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, right? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes, I do. Excuse me. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that the day would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Dick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh, yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. Though my boobs are very large, the rest of me is very small. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? Couldn't, could you? Well, I think you would have had a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ah, you see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. But... what is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Look at this photograph. No, I was supposed to present it. God damn it. Ruin the joke. Take that! Wrong, Mr. Wright. Oh, I was wrong anyway. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. I can sense it too, with my fey blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all that sensing. Right, okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon. When did the break happen? I present my proof. Well, thanks.
Bleed Purple 100 bonus 10 nice photograph. It makes me laugh.
I chose correctly with Swedish Lady. Oh, sweet. I didn't realize that the Bleed Purple would work with me, too. That is most excellent. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how was it possible for someone to stab a man who was wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Oh, if you cheer with the Bleed Purple cheer emote, all bits, Twitch adds 10% more bits for no additional charge, and they go straight to me. I thought it was only going to be for partners. I didn't realize that me as an affiliate would be able to take advantage of that too. So yeah, if you cheer, make sure you use the Bleed Purple cheer mote so that I don't know exactly why they're doing it, but it's for a limited time. Make sure you use Bleed Purple cheer mote and so I can get 10% more bits. It does not round up, just so you know. For someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest. You just can't do it. It can't be done. It is impossible. Order. Order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what happened? What weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I can tell you I know what it is. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the murder weapon was? Yes, yeah, you would. I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. And you very well could have said something that is the murder weapon that ain't actually the murder weapon. Do I get to do this now? Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Okay. What is this? What? That's Jack Hammer standing at the top of their stairs. Need coffee. Need coffee. Order. Yo!
Purple 100 bonus 10 nice photograph. It makes me laugh.
It mocks me laugh. Thanks for the bits, Tammy. I appreciate it. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Rat, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close kept secret at the studio. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Mr. Rat, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though, whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Sorry, I don't have Alanis Morissette queued up. I'll have to keep that in mind. I hope that's never used again. Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my scriptwriting staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument the Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? In an evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1? And returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death? Then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance, actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it. Here then. Let's see it. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. There's a reason the van got added to the court record. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Cell take me. There was a van there, right? I had Cell drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate's costume. Sorry, need coffee. Give me just a second. Shut up, Edward. Hold on, right. Don't forget, it was salmonella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manila was a conspirator? Oh boy. This I actually don't want to screw up. So, here's my thought process on this. I think he was a conspirator because of what Penny Nichols said, in that he did everything that Miss Vasquez said. But then again, he could also not have been a conspirator because she may not have shown him or told him the body was in the back. However, how would she carry it if she's so tiny and frail? I go with my instincts and say, of course he was. Probably the wrong choice. Of course, salmonella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Okay, good. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Right. Adus, you win. It was fun. I win? So, what happens next? Don't question mark me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh. I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean... Steve Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Who can say? Huh. Are you sure I did? Mr. White, we just engaged in a battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But, it is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? Order! Is that worth your doubts? Of course, as the witness says. Certainly. Does seem very likely she did it, but, no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll believe you. Ah, what do I do now? Save's coming. I can save scum if I want. Me playing the game, you can go fuck yourself otherwise. Well, she did it, so you did it. If Vasquez, you did it. That wasn't the question. Did you do it? No. Mr. Rat. Yes, Your Honor. I'm not sure that question helped this court get any closer to a verdict. What do I do now? Okay. Testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify. 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 Again? No vent to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, I'd get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. Come so far, but in the end it didn't even matter. As it seems, there are no further questions. I'd like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. I just found out I need to have another video queued up. Eventually.
Objection!
Yes, Mr. Edward? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well.
Objection!
Your Honor, I requested the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Ms. Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed. Early, I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But... Isn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Edgeworth. Old friend. After finding the body. I visited Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too. Only Powers was there. I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. The security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceeding. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction. Then I went home. Boom boom. Ba-da-da-ba-da-da-dum-dum. Ba-da-da-dum-dum. Dum-dum-dum. Ba-da-dum. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're real close now. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. The key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Sure. Okay. Squeaky chair and everything. Let's go. After finding the body. Sal no bag to kitchen security lady when we found the body. Question. What time was that? We were meet at 5 for the rehearsal. So I'd say it was 10. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes? You should try listening to what people are saying, boy. Always. The witness will continue her testimony. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. Security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. Yeah, I don't know why I'm reading this again, I've already read it before, I need to actually do the game now. Okay. What do I got here? Got nothing. Alright. Time to press. Just press, 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 press. Okay. Yep. Mr. Powers is taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember. Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us. Yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. I'll hold off. You'd just blow off anything I'd had to say anyway. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. And then silence. Dead silence. You had to say dead silence, eh? Silence! Hey, Nick. Everyone's so quiet. Someone should do something to lighten things up. Security lady, Old Beg, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. Hold it! Old Beg, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Right. Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph.
Look at this photograph!
Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera, is not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to him. I don't think there's anything in there I can use. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. You asked to be left out?
Lead Purple 100 bonus 10 nice photograph. It makes me laugh.
It makes me laugh. Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned. And I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that, since we were in the meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you. Or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot riding on it, all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. I had to give you the script. Script and your direction notes? Yes, they are quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I get— wait a minute. Very well. Ms. Vasquez, please continue. Wait a minute. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Nope, not that one. Nope. Okay. Sorry. This is my jam. Yeah, fix my cat. Okay. My apologies. I get excited when this song comes on. Huh. Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. She did it. Order. Mr. Edward. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Ms. Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. But the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? A matter? I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to be there to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action. Hold it! How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal the director. Nope, I know where it is.
Objection!
You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was a Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. But? Gotcha, bitch. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. If that's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I don't think so. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah! And when was he doing this? Oh, would have had to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume. He went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. I'm surprised you wouldn't try it. Well, no. I mean, that seems like it wouldn't be too difficult of a cross stitch to do. You could probably do it yourself. Keep your hands occupied. Order, order. I will have order in this courtroom, god damn it. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? I mean, is cross-stitching really that... Yeah. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I can see where it would be. You knitting shit? Get that on a t-shirt. Still getting my knitting shit down. Why in the world would I want Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? There is a reason it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove he had a motive? Of course I can prove it. Nice. Okay. I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive for this murder. Shit, I don't actually have anything. No, it's just gonna fucking do this. This is my proof. This is the photo from before.
Look at this photograph.
This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With Dee Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial, it began on that day, 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, Dee Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Rat. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed Dee Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. She didn't have a motive. She was protecting herself. Mr. Hammer was attempting to kill her. She had no motive, Your Honor. What does I know? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs. In self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? Nani? Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Oops, wrong button. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Break it. Yeah. She mad. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez. What happened to you? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel. Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No. How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel. Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez. No. Please don't die. Please. You're the love of my life. I love you so much. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. Mr. Edward, where's Dee Vasquez? the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. See, Mr. Rat. Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. Thanks. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes. Yeah, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. Get the hell out of my court. October 20th, 1:12 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. I don't know what to say. Thanks. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yeah, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. Bad enough that he, wanted to kill Miss Vasquez. But to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me why. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Well, it ain't nothing but a heartbreak, my friend. Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... Because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the, Steel Samurai. Mr. Hammer was a big star, once. But he was reduced to acting in a kid's show. And, as the villain to Boo. Kids loved the Steel Samurai. And so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him at any time. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP. Oh, thanks. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is, something wrong? No. Of course not. Nick, Edgeworth. Say something right. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar! Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? Well, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Does Edgeworth love Phoenix? Do you, the viewer, ship Phoenix and Edgeworth? 'Cause I mean, I kinda do. Yes. Unease and uncertainty. Fedgeworth? And that's gotta be what it's called. Or would it be Miles Wright? No. No, I like Fedgeworth. Well, I mean, I ship Maya and Phoenix as well. Because they're kind of a couple at some point, right? Right? Aren't those kind of necessary? I mean, you could ship Maya and Von Karma, the daughter, not the dad. Kapow! They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright, was that guy your boyfriend? What? Friends? Zeph. They're rivals. Rivals. Right, Nick? Now we are, I guess. Huh. Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? Well, there was this one time in college where we did, and so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. And thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kid shows, yet again. Pink Princess? Okay. Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! Going to watch it with me, right? I'll admit I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? You have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? Wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers.